Hello everyone, Recapped Mystery here. Welcome back. Today I'm going to explain an action, comedy, horror movie, Aqua/. Watch out and take care. Cindy and Brad, lifeguards at Wet Valley Water Park, decide to slip away one night and enjoy themselves. A mystery individual approaches unexpectedly when they are sharing a romantic moment by the slides. Cindy cries as the stranger throws Brad over the platform, where he falls to his death, and Cindy is mutilated and killed not long after. Later, the Valley Hills High School grads decide to celebrate at the water park. Alice, the head of the grad committee, declares that they will remain there for the remainder of the semester. Everyone is naturally enthusiastic, so they rush in to have a good time. Josh and his two mates, Chad and Sim, will be executing it right now. Conrad Carter then introduces himself to the lads. He works as the water park's custodian and has done so for many years. Conrad cautions the boys, stating that things may get a little twisted around there. Meanwhile, several girls participate in the park's annual vehicle wash, with two winners receiving prizes. Priscilla is in charge of the event, and she enjoys washing the cars with the girls. Then, out of nowhere, a young man named Tommy appears, distraught because he can't find his girlfriend. When he asks Priscilla where Kim is, she replies she has no idea and instructs him to leave. Kim, on the other hand, approaches Josh via the stage. Tommy then approaches Kim, Josh, and the rest of the band with an intimidating demeanor. However, the boys don't seem to notice him, so he quickly departs with Kim. At the same time, Michael is sitting in his car, undecided. Meanwhile, two students go into the pool with a bottle of spirits. They then clash as they slide down, and one of them hits his head directly onto the ground. As a result, Paul, the proprietor of the water park, summons paramedics to attend to the injured pupil. Conrad then suggests draining the pool, which Paul declines. Later that day, Chad and Slim ask Tom to assist them in figuring out the mixing board. However, the boys are merely doing so Josh and Kim may have some alone time. Kim and Josh become more intimate during the night when Tommy, Chad, and Slim leave. They then travel somewhere remote where they may do anything they want, and they spend time together in the steamy shower. They are, however, unaware that they are being secretly recorded. Despite knowing she is married to Paul, Michael is unconcerned and just keeps going. Kim and Josh return to the water park after their private session, and Josh immediately begins performing with the band. Meanwhile, Kim is observing him from the throng when Tommy approaches her unexpectedly. When he wonders why her hair is damp, she just responds she went swimming with everyone else. The atmosphere is electric, and everyone is having a terrific time. Then Phil shows up at the party and sends everyone Josh and Kim's video, revealing that he was the one secretly observing them. Tommy storms up the stage after seeing the video and attacks Josh, who has just finished. He thrashes Josh and flees the party, pulling Kim along with him. As if it weren't enough, Priscilla overhears the conversation. Priscilla leaves the gathering since Paul has been cheating on her with Alice for months. Josh, who is hurt and fatigued, also quits the party. Moments afterwards, Michael approaches Josh and expresses interest in purchasing the water park. Josh, on the other hand, is having none of it, and he's unhappy since Michael did nothing when Tommy was hurt. Meanwhile, Alice hides in the bushes to listen and learn about Michael's plans. She goes to Paul's office and asks him if he plans to sell the water park, but Alice does not trust him, and she becomes upset that Paul is severing her ties, so she slams the door and walks away, frustrated. Kim, on the other hand, keeps looking for Josh, and it won't be long before he finds her. Simultaneously, an unknown person installs blades inside one of the slides. Morning arrives, and Michael sees the water park from a distance, looking at the people climbing. Then, out of nowhere, someone starts threatening him with a gun. Michael orders the person to halt, but he is shot in the leg. He is subsequently cornered and must enter the mechanical room to escape. However, to his astonishment, he discovers the dead bodies of Cindy and Brad stashed in the storage unit. Tommy, on the other hand, smokes in his car, depressed after being dismissed. Kim also broke up with him, so he sends her multiple messages to find out where she is, and then Conrad appears, surprising Tommy. Conrad continues, I'm just hurting myself because Kim doesn't love me, but Tommy can't do that because he loves her too much. Tommy finds it easier to blame Josh, but Conrad 48 assures him that he is not the problem. Tommy, irritated, requests Conrad to leave him alone, to which the elderly man mocks him, pointing out that he is already alone. As the day progresses, Conrad begins preparing the pool for the pupils. He opens the pipes for the long slide so that everyone can have fun at the water park. Unfortunately, no one has detected the blades that have been put in one of the slides. As Carter completes his duty, he notices blood on the grass directly beneath the waterfalls. He then walks away, looking around with a disturbed expression on his face. Priscilla is having fun with Slim on the other side of the park. The couple subsequently disputes, and Paul expresses his disappointment that he can't find Cindy. Priscilla, on the other hand, seems unconcerned, informing Paul that they probably departed to avoid him. Frustrated, Paul assigns Priscilla to be the lifeguard for the day, telling her that the students are having a fantastic time at the pool. Paul then arrives and gathers the competitors for his water slide contest. Vertical bar. Josh considers entering the competition alongside Chad and Slim, but Slim is nowhere to be found. Priscilla then enters, brandishing a large trophy in the air, and everyone celebrates as she instructs the registered teams to proceed to the top of the slide immediately. When Tommy appears unexpectedly, Priscilla informs him that he's been dismissed and shouldn't be there, but Tommy claims he came as a guest and wants to compete, leaving Priscilla behind. She even threatens Tommy with calling the cops, but Paul stops her and tells her to calm down. As Tommy reaches the water's edge, Phil and his pals stop him. Phil informs Tommy that no one wants him there, so Tommy leaves frustrated. The competition is ready to begin, but Josh and Chad have yet to locate Slim. They had no choice but to ask Kim to join their team. Meanwhile, Tommy is about to depart when he observes something strange about one of the employees. He notices water leaking from it and finds plastic shavings on the ground. The students rush up the steps to the water slides, unaware of the danger that surrounds them. Tommy warns them that something is wrong and tells them to stop the race, but everyone ignores him. The game mechanics are to create 3-person groups and slide down the water slides, with Paul and Priscilla assisting the students at the top of the slides and Conrad keeping track of the teams below. Josh's crew is on one of the slides as the pupils prepare to go down. Tommy then reappears, pleading with Paul and Priscilla to halt the race and claiming that, sadly, no one listens to him. The race continues, and Phil, who is high and enraged, pushes Tommy into one of the slides. Unfortunately, Alice is dismembered in the slide, while her companions are killed by the blades. It's not long before Alice's dismembered body pieces fall into the river, and everything unravels. Josh tries to climb the slide to see if he can still save the girls, but the water current prevents him from doing so. Meanwhile, Conrad blacks out and falls out of his chair, shattering his ankle. Fortunately, he is able to stop himself from falling farther after seeing Alice's dead colleagues caught on the blades. Meanwhile, a visitor seeks assistance from authorities while her kid witnesses the carnage. Conrad then attempts to contact Priscilla via walkie-talkie, but it abruptly stops working. Unfortunately, everyone on top of the slides is completely oblivious of what is going on below. Priscilla even challenges Paul to join the race, and while he initially refuses, he eventually agrees. However, Paul and his crew choose the slide with deadly blades. Fortunately, Paul hears Josh before falling farther, and he swiftly lets go of the 2 girls. Josh tries to lift Paul while his teammates collide with Tommy, killing him instantly. More severed body parts and blood fill the pool, sending everyone insane. Carter realizes he must act, so he yells at Kim and Chad to cut off the water pumps in the mechanical room. She can only scream in horror as she looks at Michael's body, which has a roll of money laid on it. Meanwhile, Paul fails to pull himself over the slide and is dismembered, and Josh tries to block the rest of the students from going down but merely turns crimson and is shoved into one of the slides. He survives because he ends himself in the slide with no blades. After some time has passed, Josh and Kim meet with a lawyer, who informs that Michael abandoned Josh. However, he was unable to purchase the water park, which costs $20 million. Josh signs the documents and finalizes everything because Michael's company intends to replace the water park with a shopping mall. He hands Priscilla, who is sitting alongside him, the $20 million check. Josh consoles Priscilla as she sobs, saying he's sorry, but she replies it's not his fault. Then Priscilla gently smiles, admitting that she is to blame for the murders. As it turns out, her father died by accident in the water park when she was still a child, and no one bothered to help him. Subscribe for more videos, and also turn on notification. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.